What do you want to talk about?
Whatever we want. I've got topics for days. I'm so weird. Call it Topicana. Fresh squeezed.
I sort of love
Cut
this.
that off really fast.
Yeah,
I didn't
you
mean
did.
to.
You're like, slice.
Shit, sorry.
We have these impromptu games of hot potato now because we kind of slightly changed the way we do the recording, how we begin this recording. And it's just funny. Like, it's a lot of fun.
What
It's different now.
What are you trying to tell people? Hot potato.
I'm saying that, like, you and Amy hands me her phone, like, because we really have rigged stuff together because something broke a while back.
Yeah.
So instead of fixing it by replacing it, the
I
cheap
just
way,
handed you my phone to play the song. That's
we
all.
play. Well, look, but we put the. I'm explaining
Hot
why the
potato,
phone,
Andy. Do
why
you
the
remember
phone
that?
is involved.
Okay.
So we're playing it from a phone, right? But Amy normally does it. But she hands it to me and she goes, "Hit this button when the time comes." And then she's looking at me like we have to be exactly like we're launching a missile. Felt like
I
we were
was
the two
trying
buttons.
to like eyeball you, make sure we were synchronized.
Yeah. It was
I'll hit the button to record. You hit the button to play it.
It was the most thrilling thing I've been part of in a long time.
I need you to. Okay, Freddie. I need you to come over a little bit to your right. Because here's the problem, Andy. Are you noticing it?
Yes, it's honestly very annoying.
The
What's
fucking iPad camera.
Oh, is it still doing that thing?
If you're covered or obscured or anything, it looks for the next human face in the room, which is a mask we got from the strangers that's hanging up by the closet. And it just like zooms in on the fucking mask as if it's you talking.
Dude, that's the most unsettling thing. And that's what a horror
it's
movie
doing
would
it
do.
again right now.
A
Like, if
horror
it's-
movie would zoom in over my shoulder where I'm totally oblivious to there being a killer behind me. That's what the camera would do.
I know.
It's happening organically. I'm moving this.
Thank you.
How's that?
Better.
It really
It's just weird that
wants
it's not.
her.
There's a lot of faces in the room, and it's weird that it just focuses on that one.
Yeah, because that's like
Yeah.
it's wearing 3 glasses. I don't understand how it knew.
Yeah.
There are a
I'm
lot
not
of
worried.
faces.
It's like I'm not quite worried for the AI takeover yet because it still hasn't
Yeah.
focused on what is an actual person.
Yeah. Truth.
Truth indeed.
I mean, that's how I'm going to fool the AI. I'm just going to wear like a mask suit.
A whole suit of masks.
Yeah.
So like faces from neck down.
And if it's trying to chase me, I'll just throw the masks off
Oh.
one by one and it'll focus on them.
Well, now the AI is devising a way around this, Andy. It heard you.
That's also very unsettling imagery. Like Andy has talked. What he described is a fucking suit of faces,
I know.
and no one batted an eye at it in this room.
Well, I think he meant masks, and that was just kind of silly. But when you say faces, that's
what it meant.
different.
Well, masks of accurately looking human faces.
They were peeled
It'll be
off.
it'll be the faces of the people that were killed by the AI.
Oh my
I'm
god!
not gonna let their useful skin go to waste.
And it's a way to pay tribute to them, the ones who fall into the AI overlords. It's like for every one of them that falls, I put their face on here to pay tribute to them in my coat of many faces that my mother gave to me.
So either in 50 years, we're going to look back on this conversation and go, oh, what sweet summer children you were, because A, the AI rose up and killed us all.
And
that
also
we're
you're,
enslaved to it.
That's blue sky thinking that we're going to be here for 50 years.
Well, I'm not, but you see what I mean. I might be. I'd be 94. People
Yeah.
live to 94 all the time, but not people that have my lifestyle. But
Lifestyles of
A,
the mentally unstable.
they've enslaved us all. B, it was a joke. It was a fad. It went away. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's gonna be, man?
It's going to be a nightmarish, that's for certain.
Andy, why are we here today at this lovely Topicana?
Well, thank you, patrons, for being a patron.
We love
this
you,
is
but
Topicana.
this is also
Remember
going out
this-
to the main feed, though, remember?
Oh, yeah. Well,
We love all of you.
hello, patrons a week early and
Yes.
non-patrons a week later.
Yes.
The weaklings. You could call the ones who come later the weaklings.
God.
That sounds terrible.
Freddie didn't mean it. Whatever Freddie says is not reflective of Andy and I's thoughts and feelings.
I thought of the wordplay before I thought of what the really meant. You know?
Sure.
It's okay to be weak sometimes.
Sure.
Yeah.
That word is thrown around too easily.
Yeah. I like
Okay.
what my weakness is strong. Is that Pete Holmes? Somebody's stand-up special is named My Weakness is Strong, and that's a great title.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry, Andy.
So this is Topicana. Remember this show, guys?
It's been a while.
Yeah. So it's my turn. I'm gonna be hip by referencing a thing that was on the internet last year.
Yeah.
It
I don't
wasn't
know if it's
last year. It
still a
was this
thing.
year.
It was it this year? What time
I
moves so
think
fast
so.
nowadays? I don't know. But there was a thing going around for a little bit. It's like, what is your Roman Empire? And apparently the thing is that men think about the Roman Empire a lot. I don't know those men,
I don't either.
but I guess it is a thing.
I had a
But
very
it-
brief moment where
Did you think about the Roman
it
Empire?
caught my imagination for about 2 weeks, where I was like, "This is some interesting shit." Went down a little bit of Wikipedia hole.
Is this why you took Latin?
In school, I mean, mainly it was just Latin. You translated cool stories, so it was
Okay.
appealing.
And he was trying to do some spells that are written in ancient books.
So is it just the concept that when men are daydreaming, they're daydreaming about the Roman Empire or being a part of the Roman Empire?
I'm not a man. I guess I am a man, but I'm not that.
I
I'm
mean,
not those men that think about that thing.
you're not them.
I read it as they're thinking about the whole concept of it.
Yes.
Oh, and recreating it in their own lives.
Yeah, I don't
Say
think
just-
they're like
yeah.
cosplaying in the Roman
I
Empire.
gotcha.
I have a theory. I have a theory why men do this. Even again, for me, it was very brief, but I get it why guys maybe get obsessed with it and start reading books about it.
Yeah.
It's like it's the first civilization. It kind of appeals to like this idea of it's the civilization that looks the most like the one we're in. Yet you're like, it's kind of like a reset. So it kind of gets your imagination going because you're like, what if all we had was the ancient Roman life and then we got to build back up from there? And I think that's what most guys get really hung up on, because it gives you answers to why, because everything else is pre-societal stuff, like, is way different.
Okay.
I think 300 had a lot to do with that.
Yeah. That's Greece.
I mean, but it's like the same. Gladiator?
He was pretty happy about it.
Is Gladiator
diff-
Freddie Morris? You can leave. The door's right there. You can take that elsewhere.
Dust and illusions and sand or whatever. I don't remember. Gladiator, he had that big
Was Gladiator?
speech.
Gladiator was Roman Empire, right?
Mm-hmm.
There you
Yeah.
go. Oh, there's always Passion of the Christ.
Yeah.
That's a Roman Empire movie,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
I don't know what men
yeah.
think of,
I don't know either.
but I guess it's a thing where everybody asks, like, what's your Roman Empire? Just
All
things
right.
that you think about a lot,
Okay.
but not, you know what I mean? Just
Sure.
like that you have questions to and you're kind of not somewhat obsessed with.
Right. Right.
So since it's my question, I'm going to start off. Well, it's kind of topical because it just happened, the Met Gala.
Oh.
And my Roman Empire, well, one of them is what happened with Beyonce and Solange
in the
and Jay-Z in the elevator.
Oh my God. I agree.
I mean, I don't know if people,
It's a classic.
yeah, it's because we see the video of her, Solange striking Jay-Z. And
Oh, it's so good.
I think that's about the time when is that when Beyonce had that song, Becky with the Good Hair, that came out and people were,
It was after, right?
Just-
It was after Lemonade. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So people were speculating that
I
it
know
was
a few
about
things.
Solange was hitting Jay-Z because Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce, and just the video you see Solange hit Jay-Z and Beyonce does like nothing.
Beyonce, this is when I got a little afraid of Beyonce because she kind of stood in that elevator in the corner and barely did anything while her sister's wailing on Jay-Z. Now listen, If this was truly about him being a fuckboy, I get it. But like the way the look on her face in the picture when they got off the elevator and her whole demeanor the rest of the night when they showed like video of her, it was creepy as fuck. The mask is creepy. And I get you have to have one if you're that famous, maybe. I don't get it. But her ability to just shut it down and smile was weird to me. Cause
that's why like I really love Beyonce, but I think after this, like she kind of shut down her access to her life and became more of a image than a person.
Yeah, she's not real. Like what we have as Beyonce in our pop culture is not a real person. Could never be.
I think combined with the folding baby belly.
Oh yeah.
Made Beyonce kind of
that was
stop
suspicious.
being in public so much.
Yeah.
So she's like, oh shit, the brakes are coming off. People are seeing the
real
wizard
her.
behind the curtain. So I need to
You sound like Cat
access to
Williams right
everything.
now. You sound like Cat Williams working on the Illuminati, breaking down the Illuminati.
Freddy and I watched his special that was just live on Netflix, Woke Folk. Listen, I have a love-hate with Cat Williams. He cracks me up. He does. He
hilarious.
legitimately cracks me up. But some of the shit is so hack. I'm like, why is this man famous?
I like the hack stuff because it makes him relatable, kind
No,
of.
I feel he's famous because of his output, not because of the quality.
It's not the quality, it's the like performance. He's a good performer.
In the delivery.
Yeah.
They
The
don't,
fact that he
they don't
tours
reward
constantly.
output, though.
And he loves Cincinnati, so therefore I love him. I will defend Cat Williams. Unless he did something bad that I don't know about. Because all I know is what I've seen in his specials.
I mean, I don't think he's that crazy. I feel that there are some things that behind the scenes of Hollywood and entertainment that are kind of
Yeah. Well, when you talk about Beyonce's belly folding, that's one of those
Here's
things
the
that's
thing,
the
we-
tip of
we-
the iceberg for a lot of people.
It's because we have eyes
Yeah.
and we can see things.
It's weird, right? It's super strange because I saw it too, Andy, and I've never heard anybody refute it or say it was like the Zapruder film.
Well, Blue Ivy is so clearly like the DNA of her parents. But, if you didn't carry the baby, you didn't carry the baby. Whatever. Nobody cares.
Was
Nobody
working
gives
in
a
the
fuck.
lab
The
late
Pope
one
might,
night.
but fuck that guy.
Oh, does that mean
No,
Beyonce is going to do
yeah.
a monster mash of her own?
Surrogacy is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it is.
There's no shame in that.
No, there isn't. But
Stupid.
perpetrating a weird
The foldable
scam
belly.
on the people is kind of weird.
That is weird.
Because then you're saying you're ashamed of it.
Well, I don't think she's ashamed of it. I think that she just says is the
Protecting her kids' future.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I do get it because you don't want the whole world, telling that kid the minute it can understand it.
Yeah.
Before.
Oh, okay. I never thought of it that way.
yeah. Well, I guess Beyonce and Jay-Z and entertainment industry is my Roman Empire as opposed to just that one incident in the elevator.
When I said
What
I never
is it
thought of it
like?
that way, it's because I
Yeah.
didn't think at all.
What was it like at the Louvre when they were filming all this stuff? Like, what is it like when like Beyonce has to ask, hey, I can't find are we out of toilet paper? Like, do they do stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, do they get cravings and just go to Target one day? You know what I mean, or the grocery store,
They can't.
or do they have things at hand at all times?
But I also don't want to feel bad or try to humanize a billionaire because that's a bad, rotten thing to be. So, no, Margot.
Yeah, I guess like I just constantly think about everyday lives of celebrities. So
What
it's
does it
it's
feel
like
like?
leapfrogging.
To wipe your ass as Beyonce,
Yeah.
Knowles Carter.
I mean, what's their everyday life like? I was just wondering.
Yeah.
Do they DoorDash? Do they get crazy?
Are there like terrible children's drawings on their fridge?
Or it's like those Kardashian houses where it's nothing but beige.
God, it makes me want to die. I hope not. I hope they have a lot of wood.
But it's all
Anyway.
like
Did you just
Like-
hope that Beyonce has a lot of wood?
We were talking about their homes.
Oh, okay.
Like how
Like
how clinical like the Kardashians' whole existence seems to be.
like, do they have blankets on their couches? Do they have couches?
They have the most advanced couch technology. I was going to try to come up with a joke in the middle of all that.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
could tell that I was like slowly
You
talking.
mean like kind of like
It
one
was
of those-
never gonna
those
happen.
Swedish chairs that are for just one person, but like
Mm-hmm.
perfectly molded to your butt.
Yeah.
But it's also a toilet.
Yeah.
And
In your living
best
room?
friend.
So Andy's Roman empire is
The lives of
Knowles
celebrities.
Carter's is and
Yeah.
or any like super duper A-list.
By extension, it's like it started off with the elevator incident, then
Right.
it spiraled into thinking about what it is like to be a rich person in general. And that's my other Roman Empire. Is a kind of like offshoot off of that. Did you ever hear about those? What they're called Dubai porta potties?
No. What?
Apparently there's this thing where influencers go to Dubai and they get paid a lot of money to do awful things to these rich people.
What?
Apparently one of the stories is that it's like the aristocrats basically. They get shipped off to this magnate's house, and there's all these other rich people, and they just do the most awful like Caligula type things to them.
Wow. Where'd you hear about this?
Well, if you see, apparently it started off, if you see anybody in Dubai that's an influencer,
Yeah.
like people are like, hey, I know what you're doing there, and you're there to be a porta potty.
Oh my God.
No, look, Google it. Dubai porta potties,
Dubai is the most
and that's another Roman Empire right
horrifying
there.
thing on this planet. Everything I hear makes it worse.
Yeah, Dubai's it's a weird, kind of fascinating, futuristic looking place, but with really backwards
Built on
stuff,
slavery,
right? Yeah.
and
Yeah.
God forbid you're a woman that drives or reads or eats
Yeah.
or exists.
Or as a professional snowboarder.
I will never watch The Real Housewives of Dubai.
No,
Well,
is it
they're
a
part-
show?
Would you watch the
Oh,
real
man.
porta potties of Dubai?
That I would fucking sign the hell
Just
up for. New streaming service? Sure, whatever.
Just the fact
I'll watch it.
that the Real Housewives of Dubai sounds like such forbidden fruit to me right now.
Why?
It makes it sound so good to know that it's like this peek behind the veil of what's going on over there.
I don't know if you do get that peak because these are extremely wealthy people. So, like,
Well, still,
They're
don't you kind of
protected.
want to see like
Yeah.
what their lives are like a little bit?
no, because it disgusts me. Outlandish displays of wealth.
Wait a minute.
I am radicalized. It's ridiculous. I am becoming
know.
a full-on communist. I'm not really,
You're
but
saying Dubai disgusts you, but Hollywood or Beverly Hills doesn't, or
no, Dubai as a concept
Oh, yeah,
of a
yeah, yeah.
place. Now,
Yeah.
listen, I don't, Beverly Hills is whatever. It's part of Los Angeles, which is a different thing.
I gotcha.
And it's not really about the city. I think it's just, I find Dubai disgusting.
yeah.
If you live there and you like it there, you are therefore disgusting.
I gotcha.
Like being a porta potty. Just seriously, Google it.
What the fuck is wrong with
Sounds-
influencers?
It
And
sounds
then it
awful
makes-
all
And
around.
then it also makes me wonder what my price would be.
To be porta pottied?
Not just porta potty. Like if you read some of the stories that they apparently what put these influencers through, it's beyond porta potty.
Ooh,
You know,
God.
how do they? I'm so fascinated. I get what you're saying happens here, but the logistics of it are freaking me out a little bit. Like, what do they just like track somebody down because they're on
No.
Instagram or something?
No, it's like these influencers go there to like just partake in the nightlife and the lifestyle there, and they get approached by people, or they get hit up on their DMs or Instagram and stuff like that. And
Wow.
So how do
it's
they know?
it's a pretty big rabbit hole.
This is
I don't
know if
a
it's
lot
even
different from the
true.
yachting, I remember.
Yeah.
What was yachting?
It was when young starlets would go be escorts for like rich dudes.
Yeah,
Lindsay
like the
Lohan did it a
Riviera.
lot.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Why was
Yeah,
it
so
called?
they just moved locations from like their French Riviera to Dubai.
Right.
But
Wow, this is eye opening.
apparently, like what they do in Dubai is a lot more disgusting.
Jesus. Of course, because it's the place where every hedonistic, decadent Elsa Morris thing happens with no our favorite Topicana thing. Don't have to worry about money, no ethics,
Or
no whatever,
repercussions.
no repercussions. Because if you have enough money, it doesn't. That's all they
Dubai
care about.
rules.
In a place where money is simply it. Listen, I don't think Cincinnati loves me if I don't pay my taxes. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's just all about. It's not about making the world a better place. It's about making a more luxurious thing. And I hate that.
Yeah,
It's a waste.
You
It's
should hate it.
disgusting. The water situation over there too. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Oh my god, I can't even.
Uh-oh. Is this your Roman Empire now?
I'm done. I'm gonna
I
go
can't
over there.
even.
I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna talk to him. Because that's what they
All right.
respect over in Dubai is a white middle-aged lady who's a little pudgy with some gray hair. I'm not a little pudgy, I'm a lot.
Well, you could be somebody's kink, and you can be
I could be
paid to do
porta
certain
potty.
things.
Yeah. I could do that. All right, Andy.
I'd be porta potty if it's enough for me to if I could do it once a year for the rest of my life and not worry about anything.
What if it's only pee stuff
Wait, you're just saying
for one night, 10 grand?
You want to be a human toilet once a year. This is
If
what
I
you're
don't
saying.
have if I don't have to never work again.
You would be
if
a
I can-
human
yeah.
toilet once a year if you never had to work again.
Oh shit, yeah, I'd do that probably.
A human toilet.
Just like pee stuff.
Yeah.
Just pee
Well,
stuff.
yeah.
I mean, it's all I can tolerate.
I would live super extravagantly.
What part of your
so
body is the bowl?
Your mouth.
Whatever
Your
they
mouth,
want.
right? Yeah, it's got to be your mouth, right?
whatever they want. It's like I don't
Yeah.
make the rules. I don't know.
And do you have to
Okay.
flush your? So you have to make a flush sound
This
for
is-
them. Is that part of the deal? You have to act like you're flushing yourself.
This is the stuff we talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real appetite suppressant.
This is
And apologies to anybody who's in Dubai or a porta potty. So,
my only apology is if you're
you
forced,
do you.
is if you're like enslaved there, and I'm sorry that you are. That's
Dear
my only apology.
NOTRP, I was very disappointed what you said about human toilets. I'm a human toilet. My dad was a human toilet, and his father before him.
We have a goddamn responsibility, this planet, to be better than that shit. Anyway,
Yeah.
all right, Andy, where were we?
Let's go to Freddy. What's your Roman Empire?
My Roman Empire, it's going to sound really weird, but boarding schools.
Yeah.
Are
All of our
my-
questions can involve the rich.
Probably.
Probably.
No, not mine.
It's it's this thing. I've always been fascinated with movies that take place in boarding schools
It is a
or
fascinating
stories.
setting.
It's strange because it's always these older men and women who are there working in this, usually some sort of like long historied, beautiful building. And then there are just generations of young people coming through that they get to know them. It's like real life Harry Potter shit, but the reality of it really just fascinates me because how much your upbringing, the friends you have around you growing up really influence how you turn out. Like, it'd be interesting if you were like really jammed in for your entire learning years in with all these other people from the exact same class system you're in, following all the same rules, like how finely brainwashed the final product must be when they graduate those programs.
I feel like it's more of a European thing now than anywhere else. But I honestly don't. It's not my Roman Empire, babe. I'm sorry.
No, it's something I can go down the positive and the negative sides of it. I think it's a great setting for stories.
Yeah.
I wander through imaginary boarding schools in my mind just because it's like a fantasy of
It's got to be
Are
a
you the-
haunted
the
building.
mystery
Yeah.
of it. Yeah.
Are you the
haunted building.
student or are you the teacher?
I'm the student usually in these kind of like stories. I think one of the reasons I'm so hung up on them is I used to play Call of Cthulhu, and I went to a Gen Con where a guy ran one that took place at a boarding school. And it was such a potent setting because you had all these different aged characters, and they had to be there together, because they lived in the same building, but you still had like, the handyman and the teachers and stuff. So it's just like a really rich environment to kind of let your imagination run through, kind of like the Roman Empire, you know, same. Only it's much more refined. You're like, what could happen if you're a storyteller or you like to tell yourself stories like I do? You could do a lot worse than a boarding school for a setting because story hooks are all wrapped up in it by its nature.
It's just fascinating to me to have that much order in your life as a child.
Structure.
Yeah.
Because it's just so different to my upbringing where we would just basically raise ourselves and come and go as we liked.
Yeah.
Like basically we had to be home when it got dark out and that's it.
Think about those kids that are away from their families for the majority of the year. It's a weird, but I mean, in my head, the people that use boarding schools are the people who don't want anything to do with their kids because they're too rich to give a fuck.
Also, when you think about it, I mean, I was raised in a traditional nuclear family. Like, mom was home with us, and we loved it. I mean, I don't understand how anybody can try to compare that to anything else because you get the childhood you get. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way to say, oh, it was great, you know, compared to somebody else's. But there was some kind of freedom in the childhood that a boarding school kid got. A weird kind of, it was like a trial adulthood. I think it's kind of the same thing I feel about like military stories. Like, it's the kid's first time away from home and he's in the barracks and he's about to go on this big adventure. Because it's all about this. They're prepping their minds. They're prepping the people that are coming in, these young people. But they're never really doing anything. There's no real consequences. It's like every story is like a holodeck story on Star Trek because they're just students every time. Like, they'll come through this school. They may pass. They may fail their archaeology class. But there's really no stakes other than getting through school. So then you put the little interesting stories in there and that fleshes it out nicely.
I mean, it's a great setting for a movie, great setting for books. But the older, the better. The more remote, the better. It has to have lots of like wood paneling.
Yeah. You got to have room for romance stories.
Oh, yes.
Horror stories, very important. Oh, definitely a mystery or two.
Yeah.
Are there modern boarding schools and buildings?
Sure.
Like, because I feel they have to be like old mansions or something. I can't imagine a boarding school that's in like a modern building where you have like
it's above
like
an orange
like an
leaf
apartment building or something. Yeah.
You want to go down to the orange leaf and then we come back up to Gryffindor?
Oh, you mean the mixed use residential business place that's next door to the boarding school?
You want to try the bao buns? They're really good, I heard.
Yeah, boarding school to me is just old. But that can't be true. I'm sure
Dead
there's
Poet Society is right there.
Yeah,
every time.
you need like you can't have fluorescent lighting at a boarding school, I feel. You have to have like those claw-footed tubs and those sinks that have the two handles.
Oh my God, we should do a whole boarding school theme in the future.
Okay.
There's got to be enough out there, I'm sure.
Sure. I know that one we did as a roulette movie not that long ago. It was called Seance, I think took place at a boarding school. Or it was a college. Listen, sometimes I don't know.
I'm sure there's some good movies. Anywho, that's mine. I really can't say much more about it. The thing is, I can't think super deeply lately. My brain is just a whirlwind. So the Roman Empire and everything with it just gets swept up with everything else.
Oh, so all these time periods are just intermingling in your mind.
Socrates.
Freddy's brain is like that Twister and Twister that had the cow in it.
I'm hoping that it'll calm down, and then that I know the cow never shows up in the movie, right?
Right.
Oh, there's a new one coming out, Twisters.
I guess it's time I see Twister.
You seen Twister?
I've not.
What?
Have you played Twister?
Yes, I have.
Did you not do the Twister episode with us?
No, I guess not. But I've never seen it. But I mean, I understand what it's about.
Yeah, it's so Michael Crichton-y.
Yeah, I do love him.
It follows that
Loved
exactly.
him.
It is exactly the same
Despite his-
template.
Ooh, that's actually another Roman Empire. The backstory of Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt. Apparently they hated. Apparently they hated each other, and even at their ride at Universal Studios, it's weird because they wouldn't even film that together. So
Really,
just look it up. Just look that
wow.
of that story.
All
of
right.
The Universal Twister ride.
Okay.
I wonder what happened there.
That's interesting. I want to be party to all the gossip.
Yeah,
I think what happened was Helen Hunt gave Bill Paxton a titty twister,
she's like, Twister, get it? And he's like,
And
that's not funny.
and then he was like, "That was too hard."
And
And ever since then, they hated each other.
That's
Yeah.
almost that's borderline an innocent little thing that if that were true, it would be really kind of a sweet, adorable story. Borderline. It's borderline though.
Borderline. I'm sorry.
I bet is there a porn parody with Twister with
Oh
just
my
titty
God.
twisters?
Yeah, Fister.
It's all titty. It's all titty based.
Titty based. Titty based.
All right, Amy, what you got? Something for us? What you thinking about?
I mean, the most recent one in my life, I would say, is Mars. I feel like I could think about Mars. I could read stories set on Mars.
Eat Mars bars.
I could eat Mars bars. I think
Listen to Bruno Mars.
that Bruno Mars is one of our greatest treasures. No, like, I just think it's so rich. And we're going to be going there. I feel like somebody's going there in my lifetime.
3 years is a 3-year. As of right now, the plan is it's going to be a 3-year mission. And they're trying to figure out, they possibly may knock them out. The
Amy,
astronauts and have a robot take care of them while they're asleep.
Oh,
We have been to Mars because we rode the ride in Epcot Center.
we indeed. Yes. But
You have
Always
to watch,
orange.
You have to watch that documentary. I posted about in the Discord, but I'll find it again.
yes, please do.
It's about these people. It was on Independent Lens on PBS, and it's like a 90-minute documentary about how they deal with preparing for the Mars mission and the psychological effects. It's wild.
It's so fascinating. Every aspect of living. How would you do that on Mars? It's fascinating to think about. What really kicked it off for me, obviously, like Star Trek's a big deal, and I can super see Mars from my house when it's clear. It's like, boop, there you are. And Kim Stanley Robinson's books that I've read the first 2 of the Mars trilogy. I still got to read the last one. Just fascinating how you would try to live as a human being on Mars, and how would you try to change Mars? Anyway, Mars is real fucking fascinating to me.
Well, there's just you would have to have everything flown in, right?
Flown in, yeah.
All right, the show.
Because you can't. It can't be terraformed, can it?
I don't know.
You can't like live there.
What will we be able to
without-
do in 100 years? We have to put an atmosphere there, but like, how do you do that?
It's called Space: The Longest Goodbye. That's the name of it. I finally found it. Sorry it took so long. But I wanted to say, did you know about Simon? CIMON, the robot that they developed to help keep the astronauts sane. It's a floating orb. It's because zero G.
Okay. I was like, how does it float? Duh.
It works in zero G, so it's this orb with a face on it,
Oh my God.
like a digital flat face. Like
Yeah.
it looks like something out of an '80s sci-fi.
It's basically
comedy.
Holly from Red Dwarf.
Yeah, and
Okay.
it will talk to you and keep you company basically and help you
Right.
make better decisions. I guess I don't know.
Because you got to think there's going to be a delay, right? Between when we send a message to Mars, them getting it, and then it coming back here.
Yeah.
How long is that right now? You know?
Well, yeah.
Well, once they set up their Wi-Fi there, it'll be fine, right?
Yeah, they just got to fucking get that. I mean, the guy says he'll be there between 8 and noon
It's the same with this.
3 years from now.
The sentence your loved one said will be here between the next 3 days.
Once they get those like 5G towers up, we'll be fine,
Yeah.
right?
It's gonna feel like the old west in a lot of respects because you know when they would have to, or like on Disenchantment when they sent a message by turkey. If you haven't watched that show, it's fucking great.
It is.
Have you watched it, Andy?
I've watched the first 2 seasons. So I haven't.
Did you get did you see any of the messenger turkeys? Did you notice
I
that?
don't remember it.
They would take a scroll and put
Are
it
they
on
like-
a turkey.
Why not pigeons?
I don't know, and the turkey would just waddle away, but it would take forever. But my point is, like, yeah, the idea of like that instant communication, we perceive it as instant, like even what we're doing now with FaceTime.
Well, can we communicate with the space station instantly, like through Wi-Fi? Not Wi-Fi, but through.
It's near instant, yeah. So,
But they're just orbiting Earth,
Right.
So they're right there.
How much farther is Mars from us?
Honey,
much,
pretty fucking far.
yeah.
All right.
You're gonna want to bring your galoshes.
Think about how long it would take to drive to Alaska, and then multiply that by 70 billion. I don't know.
So, and you still want to drive?
I'll put my hopper alert in for Mars.
So, like, how long will it take to get there?
3 years.
Yeah, that's what they're planning. 3 years, and they're talking about knocking them out. That whole program's
Stasis,
awesome.
bro. Well, yeah, and then for all mankind, if you're not listener, if you're not watching that, I can't help you. You don't want to be helped. That has also fueled my Mars love. It started me on the moon, and I fell in love with the moon. But the minute I thought about Mars, just came prancing in with her beautiful red hair. And I was like, fine, moon, eat dust.
Mars has a whole musical.
So you're going to be on a space. You're going to be on a spaceship for 3 years before you even get to Mars. That's depressing.
Yeah.
It's far away. I don't know.
Yeah, it's really sad because the difference with the families and everything. Like there was one of the astronauts on this space station mission was just talking about coming home and how she would have done. She was really into it, which was uncommon. Where she was like, I would have done 6 more months.
Oh, wow.
She didn't want her son and husband to know.
Fuck you guys.
But she said she confessed it to the filmmakers.
I don't have to listen to your bullshit up there.
Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe they
they're
should
just so
examine
annoying.
themselves.
Yeah.
So the first people on Mars, they had to wait 3 years to get there and then spend the rest of their lives building a station for other people.
They might be able to come back.
Yeah.
Are they trying to plan for them to come back?
And one's like, "Hey, did you get your phone charger?" And they're like, "Oh my god, I left my phone charger on Earth."
I just feel it's going to take a long time for Mars to build infrastructure where it's going to be worth it to go waste 3 years of your life.
Yeah,
to go
You
there.
could say you did it.
Well, holy fuck, that's a hard.
I'm not
going to
do
think
it.
about, isn't it?
Like I'm afraid of space. That is terrifying to me.
No one can hear you scream.
So, like, I'm not gonna go. But I would.
Can they
Yeah.
develop a faster transportation mode there that doesn't take 3 years?
Well, Andy,
Or is that the limit of human travel where it would just
Right
rip
now
our
it
skin
is.
off our bodies?
this is where you
Right
get
now it is.
teleporters coming in, man, and faster than light.
No, we need to
travel.
figure out how to create wormholes.
Yeah, well, you first
Everybody
you get a worm.
knows.
We need some big worms.
You need some big worms.
The biggest worms.
So there
you
was
ever did see.
There's a video I posted, and thanks to Kyle Miller for sending it to me, talking about the teleporters from Star Trek and how it's like basically death and then being
That's what I was
reborn.
saying.
Yeah, this video gets into like,
Can you get a new birthday out of that? And then you
Yeah.
get presents every time you reappear.
so it makes me
It's
wonder,
a new birthday.
like those time differences and stuff like these things, like as we figure out how to get to, how what we do with our physical beings in
Right.
the interim between Earth and
Are they
Mars.
even going to age the same?
Yeah.
Also, I do harbor weird thoughts about maybe Earth was really, at one, like our humanity, whatever the spark of life was, came from Mars. I also believe that a little bit in my head. But that's not right.
Is it because of the Mars face that we all saw in the Weekly World News that time?
No. I think, if we're star stuff, I'm starting to think people came from Mars.
Yeah. Men at least.
Men, at least.
Yeah.
Some other honorable mention Roman empires I have. The West Memphis 3.
Still.
I mean, I'll watch anything, read anything, listen to anything about it.
Is it still kind of like they're all free, right?
Yeah.
which is awesome. So, what is the ongoing fascination with it?
Who the fuck did this?
Who the real killer was?
Yeah.
Do we? Is there a world where they did it and they're free and that's okay?
I don't think so. I truly don't think they did it.
Yeah, because I don't either. But at the
Never
same
once
time,
thought it.
you're kind of like, when you run out of options, then you just pin it to the closest weirdo. That's what
Everybody
we've
knows
always done.
It was probably the guy in the Bojangles bathroom. Everybody knows it.
The Bojangles guy.
Or it's that one kid's stepdad.
Mr. Bojangles. That's a good name for a horror movie.
You probably get sued by Bojangles, the restaurant.
Probably.
They probably try to sue every West Memphis 3 like documentary podcast book because they're like, could you just stop saying about the bloody guy at the Bojangles, please, and the cop that didn't even go in.
So our slasher, their tasteless slasher that we would make inspired by this would be called Bojangles: the West Memphis Murders, and then some sort of additional line of something because they can't resist.
50% off Bojangles biscuits
There you go.
with every ticket.
It's a tie-in to the restaurant. Synergy.
I never had Bojangles. Is it good?
Isn't it fried chicken?
I don't think I've ever had it.
I can't remember if I've had it. or
No,
not.
we should
It's not in
make
our neck of the woods.
a pilgrimage.
All right, Andy, it's a
It's
date.
a southern thing.
Andy and I are gonna go get some Bojangles. We'll catch up with you guys.
We're dirty northerners.
We'll go to the bathroom.
Get some boiled peanuts while we're out.
Anybody else ever think about what's under the mountains in various spots in this country to ensure the continuation of the United States government?
It's dwarves.
That's another Roman Empire I have.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
So you
is
think we
deep.
should?
And how big Ben
Should we
Affleck's
start
penis is? Huh?
We know. We saw it in reindeer games, didn't we?
Did you see his penis in that?
I don't. No, Gone Girl, but like
Dong girl?
Gone Girl, but like barely.
That's your
Anyway.
another Roman
No,
Empire.
it's not really. I was like, gosh, Amy, your like Roman empires they're not fun. They're not like feminine.
They're fun. They're good. I have another Roman Empire, but it's kind of almost like a Roman Empire. It's prehistoric lifestyles.
You mean like
Like what the fuck, like
Like
literal
playing the cave bear.
being a hunter gatherer. Like how much do you really need? I go down this all the time. Like what do you really need? Do you need a roof over your head? Even is that really something that you need
do you ever think about being a nomad?
as a being?
Like living in a nomadic lifestyle with hunting and gathering being
That's
like-
what I'm saying.
yeah.
I do. I think
Do you ever
it's
think about that?
it's a Roman Empire.
Do you ever just want to pick up and move, Andy? Follow the buffalo?
I'm pretty comfortable. I don't think I can I can't throw a spear.
Plus, the world doesn't.
You've never tried.
it's
I
not-
bet you'd be great at it.
It's not made for those guys anymore either. Because like the problem is, you do it, and you're like still living in modern Cincinnati. It's like one of those movies
So-
where you act like you're scared of traffic
Like
and
The
stuff.
Village.
So I'm gonna have to drag a bison carcass home.
Yeah, but
down
through
275.
traffic, yeah.
have to drag that down Corey Avenue.
I'm old fashioned. That's all you gotta say to people.
I have had such a longing for a more simple existence lately, just less.
Yeah.
And when you talk about like prehistoric, I'm like, man, they couldn't even read. How lovely.
Yeah, like they only lived to like 19,
They didn't even have a language.
and but they painted.
They probably had a language,
They
right?
painted on the
It was just
walls.
prehistory is when
That's language.
before writing,
Yeah.
but they could have had a language. They had a
Art
language.
was their language mostly. They think they had music too because they found things that could be instruments.
Did they find like stone dildos and shit?
Oh wow! They found a stone television set. Oh my god! It had an early stone gaming console connected to it.
I hate you.
It would. I hated it when you get play the stone video game and you get mad and you threw the stone controller.
And you killed your brother.
And it was
Yeah.
shit.
But then
Or
you,
knock out somebody. Excuse me.
Oh, man.
I laughed too hard.
Have you ever seen the movie Caveman with Ringo Starr?
I've seen the Geico caveman commercials.
Those are fun, but Caveman, Amy, this is a good let's fire up the old bongarino.
The what?
the bong. I think you would love Caveman.
Okay.
It's
Did they riff it?
it's
If there's a riff
ridiculous. I don't know. There might be. Andy, have you seen it?
I've never even heard of it. I didn't know Ringo Starr was in movies.
We should get together soon and watch Caveman. I bet Kelley and Elise would like it too.
Oh my gosh.
It's there's no dialogue in it, but it's still funny.
Oh.
It's physical comedy, the whole movie.
Mm-mm.
Andy, you know what he made me watch the other day?
That I can't even fathom to
Andy?
answer that question.
He
It could
made
be many things.
It's true.
the fucking Jerry Seinfeld movie on Netflix, Unfrosted.
Oh, how was it?
Actually, it was really good.
It was.
I
really
hate
good.
that it was really good.
Yeah.
Jerry Seinfeld does nothing for me, but it was actually really fucking funny. And it has a great cast. Like, who cares about him? It's everybody else around.
It's interesting. It's getting like awful, like rotten, like Razzie reviews.
I don't know what to tell you. I
think
thought it
that
was
has
fucking
more to do with
hilarious.
him being on. I don't. There's like this weird backlash against Seinfeld right now.
He's an asshole. I mean, he kind of is coming off like a fucking asshole, but like whatever.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with what he did that they've deemed him just an asshole. In general.
He doesn't want to do colleges because they're too politically correct, and he's like, I can't work like that.
Okay.
I'm like, you're fucking Jerry Seinfeld. You're joking
Yeah,
about cereal.
he's
Yeah.
using like woke as a derogatory term in terms
As an
of like
excuse for
the
why he's not
culture.
relevant.
Oh,
And
okay.
he said like
I know what
he
you're
said like
saying,
something
though.
about far left and the woke
So
police are
that's it.
destroying comedy.
That's what it is. That's what I'm seeing now. The backlash for that, right?
He
That's
said,
why people are like hating on him.
We
right
could
now?
never do this nowadays.
Okay, I'm
And
just out of
then-
touch.
Like,
Rob
it's weird
McElhenney
because
clapped back and was like, dude, you could absolutely do
Yeah.
that nowadays. We do it all the time. You just can't glorify the asshole.
It's
Yeah,
hilarious that, like you were saying, his jokes
his
don't
is-
push
he's the
any
least
envelopes.
he's the least edgy comic I can think of.
Yeah, it's a weird thing for him to take up as a cause. But regardless, that aside, the movie is really funny.
Like if Brian Regan all of a sudden
And
was like
adorable.
woke this and woke that would be very confusing.
It would be confusing as shit. What was it? We were the little girl and little boy who lived in the dumpster. They were
Oh,
my
yeah.
favorite maybe part.
They were great.
It's a weird ass movie, Andy, but I think you're gonna love it because it's the conversations that you and I have about food, where we go off the rails sometimes. It's a movie of that. Like it's the '60s and the cereal wars are happening.
I don't think I can watch a hour and a half of our conversations.
You'd be surprised.
As somebody who's been around to hear them,
For an hour and a half.
yeah, you guys can go in on steaks and
We can.
other meats.
And they
Is
this
this
is
a soup? Is that a stew?
Was it Jim Gaffigan as the head of Kellogg's was really great.
Yes.
It was fun, Andy. Oh, Andy. I feel like people are going to hate on this just without even thinking about why.
I was ready to hate it because I hate
Yeah.
Jerry
I don't-
Seinfeld.
I don't even like Pop-Tarts that much.
I do.
Oh, I love it. We had toaster strudel, ironically, in the house.
Which is, it's close enough.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like how you have to ice your own strudel. That's the thing.
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
It became pre-iced.
You're like, I'm not icing it. That's your job.
I like the convenience of Pop-Tarts, but I
Oh
like the
my
flavor of
God.
strudel better. But the fact that
He has to
you
do
have to ice
work.
your own strudel and you have to wait for it to cool down because there's nothing hotter than hot strudel filling.
Oh, you know what's really good, too?
Comes squirting
The
out and
choc-
burns your face.
The chocolate Pop-Tarts with the chocolate filling. Huh. Damn.
That seems like too much.
No, it seems that way until you have one.
It seems like
It's so
the
good.
city of Dubai as a breakfast
Yeah.
treat.
Chocolate chip ones are pretty good. I love a Pop-Tart, man. I must be getting hungry.
Okay.
That's probably a good. That's probably a good sign to sign off because you need to get some food.
I need to eat too.
Yeah.
Andy, this was fun.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
good
you.
question.
If your Roman Empire just means you're obsessed with something, then you're both my Roman Empire.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank
I love
you.
you.
Listeners, you're my Roman Empire because I think about you guys all the time.
Think about you naked.
Naked.
All covered in oil.
Eating
Oh,
a Pop-Tart.
Motor oil.
you guys are my Dubai porta potties.
Aw, Andy, that's the sweetest thing anybody ever said to me.
Okay, everybody, thank you. Bye.
Bye, babies. Bye.